Hello ladies and gentlemen, this is Craig Stern. Welcome back to our sinister playthrough of Fire Emblem The Sacred Stones. We just decided to follow Prince Ephraim on his prong of the quote-unquote new journey, and we are now about to press on with that to Fort Rigwald. Now, quite unusually for a Fire Emblem game, you actually have quite a few options at this point in the game as far as what you want to do next. As you can see, the Tower of Valny just showed up to our right. That is basically there for the purpose of grinding, which is totally unusual for a Fire Emblem game. Usually, it doesn't give you an opportunity to grind. It's way too concerned about maintaining balance. But this one's pretty unique in that way. So it's basically a sort of a challenge level where you can go through up to 10 levels, one after another, and, you know, basically, if you stop, if you don't go all the way through the tower, you have to start over again the next time you try to go through. It's basically there for grinding, as far as I can tell. Also unique to this game is there are random monster battles. They're not random, I shouldn't say random, but they show up sort of without rhyme or reason on the map in between the main battles, and you can go and fight those if you need to grind. They basically are a way for them to reuse maps that they've already sort of had you fight in. It's just they'll show up with the map looking a little bit different and covered in fog, and it'll be filled with monsters. In the spirit of not grinding, sort of what I did with, you know, our Shining Force playthrough, my one battle, one time rule, I'm going to avoid these monster battles, if at all possible. I am going to instead head straight to Fort Rigwald and continue on with the main game. Ephraim begins his march south toward Grotto from Castle Frelia. Oh, there's a handsome guy. Upon conquering Renee, the Grotto Empire has set its sights on Frelia. However, Inez and his troop meet the invaders at the water's edge. Against all odds, Inez halts the invasion, keeping Frelia's border intact. Ephraim coordinates Frelia's troops in an effort to advance the front lines. Unbeknownst to Ephraim, Grotto forces are waiting for them at Fort Rigwald. They've fortified their positions and plan to wait out Frelia's siege. Undaunted, Ephraim remains determined to root out Grotto. And so begins Chapter 9, Fort Rigwald. The Stone of Frelia has already been taken care of. How is it the Stone of Renee continues to elude us? Glenn, Walter. Find the children of Renee. Find them and take from them the bracelets that they wear. Glenn, take Irika. Walter, take Ephraim. Find them. Conquer them. Yes, Your Majesty. Ha ha! Irika, eh? She's a ripe little peach. And her brother Ephraim, he's better prey than I'd imagined. I can feel my blood rushing at the thought. This might be fun after all. Kayak. Reeve. Shatter the remaining sacred stones. Kayak, take Johanna. Reeve, take Ralston. Go. Crush the sacred stones they house. As you will. I'll begin making arrangements for Ralston's downfall immediately. Bah! Why am I stuck with Johanna? Accursed ill luck! I became a mercenary to escape that wretched place, and now I must go back? Dussel. Go to Frelia. Punish the Frelian army and their commander, Ephraim. Begging your pardon, Your Majesty, now that you've conquered Renee, what are your plans for her citizens? The country's in ruins. Thieves and bandits swagger about as if... Leave them. But, sire... Sir Dussel, the Emperor has spoken, please. Selena, remain here in the capital. We shall have new orders for you shortly. Understood. Please, Your Majesty, grant me the privilege of a single question. You vex us. Your Majesty, you know that I will gladly lay down my life for an honorable cause, but these orders, and all of our recent actions, they are not just. If I saw any way in which this invasion protected Grotto, I would hold my tongue, but now Renee is left ungoverned to drown in chaos, and we gain nothing. Why do you wage this war? What is it you hope to achieve? You've sent our men to fight and die for nothing. This isn't war, it's murder. Dussel, this decision is ours to make. You have no voice in these matters. Punish me if you must, Your Majesty, but I implore you. Please rethink this. If this continues, Grotto will... Dussel, go to Frelia, crush the Frelian army and he who leads them, Prince Ephraim. Your Majesty! Have you gone deaf? Dussel, go to Frelia, crush the Frelian army and he who leads them, Prince Ephraim. Yes, Your Majesty. So there we go, that's a pretty dramatic cutscene, showing the state of things in Grotto. As you can see, some of the Grotto generals are kind of sympathetic to us. And they don't know what the heck is up with the Emperor either. And here's another cutscene. This is Fort Rigwald, where we are about to attack. Commander Geb, we captured a Pegasus Knight snooping about outside. Let me go! Stop it! That hurts!
Ooh. You didn't tell me she was such a treat for the eyes. Heh. This is a prize worth catching.
I came for Ephraim. If you do anything to me, he will not be merciful.
I like her. Throw her in a cell. I'll spend the evening giving her a thorough interrogation.
Ugh, ew. Sorry, I felt pretty dirty just reading that line. You beast! Yeah, that's right, folks. Implied rape. That happens sometimes in Fire Emblem. Because this is an adult game, despite its sort of kiddie anime graphics. That is Fort Rigwald. It has stood unconquered for generations. Its defenses are legendary. It is the jewel of Grotto's fortifications, and its walls have never been breached. And if we don't capture it, any attack on the capital will be pointless. Tell me what you see, Seth. Do we have the power to take it? It's a daunting task. The enemy has the advantage of both terrain and numbers. But what about morale? Do you suspect the soldiers may be unwilling to fight? Anything's possible. This war is a sudden thing, but Grotto and Renee had long been friendly. Before these hostilities, our nations were allies. No, closer even than that. This is the Emperor's war, but the hearts of the people are not so swift to change. For example, General Dussel, one of the Imperial Three they call Obsidian. He was the one who taught me what I know about fighting with the lance. Dussel's sympathies are sure to remain with Renee, and with our cause. He is loyal to Grotto, but he has no love of war. I'm sure he will speak with me. And more than that, Prince Leon has been my friend for years. He can be timid at times, and perhaps was unable to oppose his father in this, but I'm sure he detests this fighting and shares my opinions. Prince Ephraim, there must be some Grotto soldiers within the castle who do not want to fight. If we can rush the fort and seize the throne room, I believe they will surrender. Optimism here may be deadly. Still, it's a far better plan than challenging the main army face to face. Irika is on her way to Rouston to help end this conflict. We cannot afford to wait here for much longer. We must take this fort and then press on to the capital itself. Let's go. Alright, folks, here we go. At long last, the battle. Oh wait, no, sorry, there's more cutscene. Attack! We're under attack! Looks to be Frelian troops! Their commander is Prince Ephraim of Renee. Renee? This whole thing stinks. My younger sister and her husband were living in Renee. What is the Emperor thinking starting this war? I think... Hey! Ah!
Yeah, I heard you. Talking about not fighting, are you? Losing your nerve? The punishment for treason is harsh. You'll burn at the stake.
But, it's not just me. Even General Dussel's opposed to this war.
Dussel? You'd side with that washed-up coward? And who is your commanding officer? Is it Dussel? Come on, out with it.
You are, Sir Geb.
That's right. So that should make it clear whose orders you follow, eh? You got that, dolts? If you do, then shut up and get in formation. No one cares whether you minnows live or die anyway, got it?
But wait a moment! That's a horrible thing to say!
And who are you supposed to be? Your name, out with it!
I'm Amelia. I was assigned to this fort today. I am a soldier of Grotto. I'm not a slave.
What's this now? You're a girl? You got a lot of nerve talking like that to your commander, recruit. Looks like I'm gonna have to teach you about the chain of command.
Commander Geb, enemy troops approaching.
Stinking interruptions. Form up, you useless worms. Don't let those dogs near the throne. Grotto cannot afford to lose a brilliant tactician of my stature. No one will blink if any of you worthless toads die, but if I die, you should be happy to fight, kill, and die in my service.
I became a... blah, blah, blah. Yeah, they don't like it. The end. I'm sorry, I'm skipping the rest of this. There's way too much cutscene. Alright. Pick units. Okay, I don't want Garcia. Don't really want Mulder. Don't need Vanessa. Can we take this fort with 8 people? Yes we can, as a matter of fact. Yes, we can. Items. Let's just check everyone's items real fast. Okay. Alright, so we're running a little low on some stuff, but for the most part we're doing... Oh, okay, he needs a new iron sword. Not trade, supply. Give that iron sword. Take that way better iron sword. There we go. Much better. Alright, we are set. And there's Vanessa. Oh, what a fool I've been. I came all this way to help Ephraim, and I end up getting captured again. That General Geb had the creepiest eyes, and that laugh, oh! Hurry, Ephraim, please! Hurry and rescue me! Okay. So, while you can technically control Princess Tana, she has no items, so she has no way of breaking through this wall, or breaking down this door. So... Oh, also, if you move her over here, this mage totally blasts her through the wall, which is kind of ridiculous, but whatever. That is something we can potentially use to our advantage eventually, but not just yet. So, as you can see, there's a guy here with a lance. We're going to let him attack Ross, because Ross, as we all know, is a superb lance killer. Lance wielder killer, maybe, is the better way to put it. One way or another, people with lances don't do very well attacking Ross, I guess is what I'm trying to say. So, we are going to let him strike the first blow. And the second blow, and kill the guy outright. Nicely done, Ross. That's what I like to see. Okay, decent level up, I guess. Ooh, and a weapon level increase. Alright, no complaints there. And no other moves from the enemy. You know what? Before I do anything else, I'm going to do a save state. There we go. Because, you know how these battles are. You never know if you're going to just suddenly die horribly. It's all well, it's not a complete crapshoot. Like, you have some control over how things go, but things can go horribly wrong. That's all I'm saying. Alright, Colm, you have crazy speed, so in all likelihood you will dodge this guy when he tries to attack. Let's see, none of these guys can reach over here. Only the bowman can, which means we'll put Neimi over here, since she will counterattack if that guy attacks her. And the rest of you, why don't you move up some more? Very good. Oh, he's going for Neimi. Interesting choice. Not what I would consider a good choice, but an interesting one. And down goes the bowman. Okay. Let's see how far these guys can move. Okay, they can probably move all the way up. This is a lance wielder, and this guy is also a lance wielder. So we're going to back up for just a second and let Ross and maybe Franz handle these guys. I don't know, maybe Prince Ephraim. Let's see. Prince Ephraim is level 15. Oh, he would totally slaughter those guys. Franz needs the experience more than Ephraim does, so I'm just going to stick him over here. Actually, let me make sure this axe wielder can't get all the way up there. Yeah, he cannot. Okay, cool. So you hang out there, Franz, and that's it for that turn. We do not need to deal with both lance wielders and axe wielders at the same time. That is a recipe for disaster. This is not going to end well for this cavalryman. Or cavalier, I guess is the correct term. Good job, Ross. Chewing him up and spitting him out. Just like a thing that you chew up and spit out. I'm not very good with analogies right now. I hope you can forgive me for that. Alright, Ross. Time for another level up. Let's see how you do this time. Okay, that's a pretty good level up. I don't complain about that. And now he's in range of both these axe wielders. Let's see if we can get Colm into the fray here. And maybe Franz, why don't you hang out over here, equip a sword. There we go. As you can see, he's on the pillar, which gives him a defense bonus of 1 and an avoid bonus of 20. Always handy. Yeah, right now Colm and Franz are my only sword wielders, which is a little unusual. That will change, but I can basically thank myself for that, because I got Joshua killed earlier on. Really, going for Colm. Interesting choice. I can't say that was entirely unexpected. Ah, okay. Managed to draw out that bowman, too. Nicely done, Franz. Oh. So, this guy has a sleep staff. He's gonna try to put my guys to sleep. As you can see, though, he has only a 13% chance to hit Colm, which is really bad. I'm not even sure why he's bothering, honestly. Let's see, what level is everyone? Natasha's trailing way behind in the levels. So Neimi and Ross, it looks like, are my two lowest level characters here. I am going to... yeah, there we go. Just feed some more enemies to them. Unfortunately, Natasha's out of healing range, so it's going to take at least one more turn before she is able to do anything useful, like healing Ross. Nicely done, Neimi, and another level up for you. Ooh, a really good level up, too. Very nice. Can't complain about that. head down here. And Prince Ephraim. Guess you'll be bringing up the rear here. Oh, here come some more Cavaliers to give us trouble. And he's going for Colm again. Can't say I really understand why he's going for someone with such a low likelihood of being affected by the attack. Although, it might just be that that's the nature of sleep. I wonder if I have a longbow in my supply somewhere. I don't. That's too bad. Well, she's almost done with that iron bow anyway, so I guess I'll give her a second one. Let's see. Oh, those guys can get all the way up there. Alright. Heavy spear. That would be of concern to me if I had a general, but I don't yet. Interestingly, this girl here, who we saw in the cutscene, Amelia, she is kind of like Ross. She starts off really, really bad, and you kind of have to, like, you know, train her with baby steps and whatnot. Preferably in the Tower of Valny, in order to get her back up to speed at this late point in the game. But, like Ross, she gets that whole, like, extra 10 levels of gaining stats before she becomes a normal soldier, which means that she ends up being really good. And unlike Ross, she is not a, she's not a pirate or fighter or warrior type. She is a general type, which means that she eventually gets to be like this guy, and later on, well, no, not like him, he's a warrior, but I don't know that we've actually seen the promoted version of the knight yet, but yeah, generals. Knights and generals. She becomes a knight, then a general. There we go. So, alright, let's see. These guys are... Oh, he's a sword wielder, so we actually want to have someone with a spear dealing with him. Prince Ephraim! Oh, Prince Ephraim! Yeah, Regan Leaf, that's going to be a one-hit kill, but we really want to save that, because we can always get more steel lances, but we cannot get more Regan Leafs, so to speak. And, yeah, okay. I wonder what happens if we move him over here. Can this guy still reach? No, he can't. Alright, that means he will only be able to attack these two lance wielders, which is pretty much exactly how I want it. Alright. Natasha, it's your time to shine. Go ahead and heal Ross, why don't you? Amazing! Alright, that's the end of that turn. And he's going for Franz. Can't say I blame him. Although, that still didn't work out too well for him, all things considered. Ooh, nice. Heavy spears? Let me tell you, they're pretty good. Ooh, and Franz levels up. Nicely done, Franz. Oh, and that's a great level up, too. Man, my guys are just so good. I love my guys. Man, this guy really wants to put Colm to sleep. It's just like his fondest wish. Oh my god, it finally worked. Colm is asleep. Aww. Aw, look at him, he's asleep. That's so cute. Alright, well, that's annoying only because it's going to delay us getting these chests. And let me see, is there a stairwell anywhere in here? So there aren't... Oh wait, no, there's a stairwell. I'm not sure if a thief shows up at any point during this battle to go after those chests. If so, we're going to have to kill him very quickly. Especially since our thief is currently asleep. Not my preferred state of affairs. But we're just going to have to deal with it, folks. because that is the nature of Fire Emblem. Bad things happen, and you have to deal with it. Unless you're playing on an emulator and you have save states. In which case, sometimes you don't have to deal with it. But we won't talk about that. By the way, I'm not sure if this game is currently available to buy, but if it is, you should buy it. The only reason I'm playing this on an emulator is because it is way, way easier to actually capture video of the game that way. Anytime you see me playing one of these games, I want you to take that as a sort of... Can I move? Oh, no, I can't, okay. As a sort of tacit encouragement that you should buy the game that I'm playing. Right, this is basically free advertising for Fire Emblem. That's how I think of it. Because I absolutely, positively, 100% do not support just getting people's games for free without paying. That is what we in the biz call uncool. And you don't want to be uncool. I'm just gonna wait for those guys to head on over here. Although maybe it would be smarter to... Yeah, you know what, I'm gonna get boxed in if I wait for them to go all the way over there. I'm gonna send Ephraim over there so I have a little room to maneuver. And he's going for Franz. Can't say I blame him, but he's still totally gonna die. See, that's the thing, like, fighting Prince Ephraim is basically suicide, but attacking Franz really isn't much better. Like, you're still probably going to bite it if you do that. Does he have any free... Oh, he does, okay. He has a free item slot, which means that after I kill this guy, I will be able to grab his door key without sending anything back to the caravan. That is handy. Nice, nice, nice. Okay. You might notice I haven't really had occasion to use Lute or Arthur yet in this battle, and that's because so far we haven't really dealt with any ranged units. Well, that's part of the reason. The other part of the reason is that we haven't had to. I mean, it's such a linear battle in many ways. Right, just cramped corridor after cramped corridor. And there's no reason to split up your forces, because there's only one way through the level, so... That has made it really easy to just rely on my frontline fighters, who are much less risky to use against soldiers, and knights, and fighters, and cavaliers, which is pretty much all we've been fighting so far. Okay. So, let's look at this for a second. I'm gonna do a quick save state because I'm not 100% sure if Ross is going to bite it if I open this door. Because that is a lot of knights for one guy to have to fight. And actually, you know what? I'm going to equip him with a different weapon, because Hatchet really isn't ideal for dealing with those guys. They'll probably switch to a steel axe afterwards, I hope. Ideally. That would be nice. And... let's see. Maybe I can... yeah, anyone I send down there will be subject to attack by 2 of the knights, so I can't make it too tempting a target. Artur. Loot, maybe? Artur seems more likely to survive. Let's... nah. I don't think... I think we're just going to have to gamble with Ross here, and hopefully he doesn't end up dying. Ooh, man, I'm so glad I didn't send Franz over there. I didn't even realize that guy had a horse slayer. That is a whole lot of guys. Ooh boy. Nicely done so far, Ross. I'm proud of you, buddy. And that is the end of his iron axe. Listen to how sad the game sounds. Oh, he switched to the hatchet, just in time to counterattack that javelineer. That's handy. Ooh, and a good level up, too. Nice, nice, nice. I'll trade an iron axe for that any day of the week, and twice on Sundays. Oh, Colm woke up. Very nice. Man, I don't know what is in that sleep staff that just makes someone randomly fall asleep halfway across the battlefield. Maybe it, like, plays Kenny G or something? I don't know. Okay. I'm gonna do another save state, because this is a little tricky. There are just so many enemies that I have to deal with right now. Let's see. That's not gonna cut it. Time to break out the steel bow. Take this guy down. Nicely done, Neimi. Okay, Ross. Let's see. Artur. I think it's time we started breaking out the mages. Yeah, why not? Prince Ephraim, why don't you head over here and go into supply for just a second. I want to see if we have any more axes. Oh, we totally have axes that we can... Alright, very cool. So you hang out here. Ross, I want you to trade with Prince Ephraim. Grab that iron axe. And I want you to attack this javelineer here with your hatchet. Very nice. So we now have only these two to deal with as far as lance wielders. She can only get up to here, so I want to avoid engaging with these guys because, like I mentioned, she's recruitable, and I don't want her killing herself, if at all possible. So I've got Prince Ephraim here. Franz, you will be my second lance wielder to go up against these swordsmen. And Natasha, head over here. No one actually needs healing right now, but good to have you on hand, just in case. Franz not fast enough to double attack that guy. And this guy's going to chip off a little more of his health, looks like. Probably send him a little further back. Excuse me. Back toward the rear. And there's a bunch of cavaliers showing up here out of nowhere. It's going to complicate things a little bit. Alright, Loot, why don't you help out with a little fire here? As you can see, it's way better to hang out down here than it is to rush into this hallway. Simply because you'll be getting pounded on all sides from both ranged units and all the melee units that sort of rush down this hallway if you aren't careful. So I'm gonna actually put Ephraim at risk here so I can talk to Amelia and ensure that she actually joins us. But first I'm going to equip him with the javelin so that he can counterattack if anyone goes for him. You're a Grotto soldier, but you're just a child. I am not a child! I'm a soldier of Grotto, and I will defeat every soldier of Frelia I meet! Is that so? Guess I'm ready then. Is that the stance you're going to use? You'll drop your lance that way. I'm Prince Ephraim of Renee. Why don't you surrender and come with me? What are you going to do to me? Calm down. As long as you don't try to stab me, I won't do a thing to harm you. You lie! You're a liar! Everyone knows about Prince Ephraim of Renee. He's a beast who attacks any woman he sees. Right, this has gone far enough. I'm not going to hurt you. If you're scared, throw down your weapon and run away. But if you're willing to listen, I'd like to ask for your help. You must realize this whole war is madness, right? Something is wrong in Grotto. I'm turning blue! Oh my god, I'm blue! What happened to me? Ah! Sorry. Ho-ho, okay, so thing number one, we're not going to attack that guy, because that would end super badly. Just like the film, super bad. And let's see. Neimi, you're a good candidate to kill this guy. Why don't you do that? Down goes the mercenary. And we'll have a short window to get Amelia the heck out of there before these guys all start creaming her from behind those walls. And before the Cavaliers arrive. Let's see, how far can she move? Not very far. We're going to need to kill this soldier ASAP. That's short for as soon as possible, but you probably already knew that. Yeah, Ross is not going to have any problems with this. Go for it, buddy. Yeah, so like I said, she starts off just like Ross, namely just sucking tremendously. Like, she's just horrible when you first get her. But if you're patient and you level her up, Amelia is so awesome. Like, the last time I played through this game, she basically became an invincible wall of awesome. Like, nothing could hurt her. She would just cream everything. She was like Ross, but, like, took 1 damage from everything, basically, which is kind of amazing. Okay. And that's it for this turn. Not gonna lie, I'm a little proud of myself that I successfully got her under those circumstances. Woohoo! Man. That was kind of an exciting moment there. Oh, this guy's a longbow. With a 38% chance to deal 0 damage. I bet he's super disappointed he missed that opportunity that he had there. Oh, this guy has a heal staff too. Man, he's just a jack of all trades, isn't he? Oh no. Oh, I see. He must have used up the sleep staff. I get it. What about this guy? What does he have? Sleep, physic, and heal. Now that is going to be a pain in the ass to deal with. Physic, for those of you who don't know, is like heal, but it reaches like pretty far across the battlefield. So you can heal people at really long range. It's not really fun to deal with. Once we start fighting people in and around here, I expect this guy's going to start using physic to heal people. Okay, I'm going to do a quick save state, so that anything I screw up from this point on will not affect the fact that I have successfully gotten Amelia, who is now going to run away screaming, because that's what we do with 1-level characters this late in the game. Artur, can you take out this healer? No. His resistance is way too high for that. Neimi, how about you? Oh, you can. Good. Go for it. Nice. Not as great as it could have been, but all in all, I'm not complaining. So let's see, what can we do next here? Loot. Can you kill this archer? Ooh, yes you can. Do it. And down goes the bowman with the longbow, and loot levels up. Very nice. Just a magic increase, but, you know, that's a pretty useful stat, so I'm not going to complain. And I also said I wouldn't do that, you know, I wouldn't save scum over minor things like how good a character's level up is, so that means I have to keep to my word and sort of live with the fact that her level up wasn't as good as it could have been. Artur just straight up takes no damage from fireballs now. I think that's kind of awesome. Okay. Yeah, all of these guys can reach my man, which means that this could potentially go really badly, if I'm not careful. I also don't like that this guy with the steel bow is in reach of my men. Oh, look at that. Prince Ephraim, why don't you kill this guy for us? That worked out well. There's another steel bowman up here. That could be problematic. I guess we'll just have to take this next turn and see how it goes. Hopefully we don't end up getting completely destroyed. And by completely destroyed, I mean losing anyone at all, because, as you know, if you lose anyone in this game, they stay dead. Oh, also, a 0 damage attack. This guy is just not very effective against mages, is he? Going after Neimi. Can't say I blame him. Luckily, that was a 1-attack deal. He didn't get 2 hits off. Yikes! I have a bad feeling about Neimi, folks. I think she might be going down. That one remaining steel bowman is concerning me. Over on the top left there. I'm afraid he might take out Neimi, which would be really bad, and would mean that we need to redo this last turn. God, I saw that coming. Okay. Alright. I'm gonna have to be less aggressive.